Hello, Facebook. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Jamie and Marcus here.
It is Wednesday afternoon, and we are on location doing some work, doing official work. We are overlooking Seneca Lake right now, which is right there. Dundee's on the other side, so that gives you perspective where we're at on the lake. This is a vineyard we're at right here. We'll talk all about that in a couple of moments here. We were up in Buffalo for the night. We dropped Justin off at college. So he is at Canisius right now, the baseball team. They worked out today. They're playing golf right now. They're going to the coach's house tonight for dinner. He just jumped right into his element there. Many of you know, if you know Justin, he's a huge sports guy, and being 6'4" and a lefty pitcher, he was snagged up. He had a lot of offers from colleges last year, D1 colleges, universities, and he settled on Canisius up in Buffalo. Great D1 program for baseball up there, so we're very proud of him. So we had to drop him off. So a little emotional day for us today, dropping our youngest off at college. And let's see, but of course, the great thing about him going to Buffalo is that we get to go through wine country every single time we go visit him. By the way, he will be playing baseball games in the Hudson Valley. He's in the MAC conference, so if anybody knows the MAC conference, Mid-Atlantic Conference, he will be playing at Marist. He plays Manhattan, which plays at Dutchess. They go down and play the Richmond Spiders. They play teams all throughout Quinnipiac. So they play teams all throughout the tri-state area. A lot of people ask us to keep them posted on games, and we'll do that, our best job next year when he's got games. Because of COVID, they canceled their West Coast trip. They were playing Oregon. They were playing some big schools out west. And that's one of the reasons why he picked Canisius, not because the coaches. The coaches were awesome. Coaches are awesome. Jamie and I, we sat in their office last year on his visit, and we're like, oh, you read that book, oh, that book. And so we kept talking about inspirational, motivational speakers and books, and the coaches, the head coach, and then Jamie and I got along very well talking about all that kind of personal development and growth stuff. So we felt very confident that it was a good move for Justin to pick that school, and he picked it on himself. He went to some amazing colleges last year, some universities to tour, and you sometimes don't get a good feeling from the coaches. We went there, and we just got, wow, this is amazing. The coaches are right on the same wavelength, and we feel it's great for Justin's growth. Mentally and physically, we thought it was great for his growth. So yeah. We're proud that he chose Canisius, and of course we get to stop at vineyards like this every time we go back and forth. So we're on Seneca Lake. We're at a winery called Silver Thread. Silver Thread, the current owners have owned it since 2011. They've been planting grapes here, so what they say, since the 1800s, I think. Oh. The original Concord grapes. There's some Chardonnay and stuff out there that was planted in the 80s. The Concord stuff is all pretty much gone. That was down in the bottom there, the Concord stuff. So we are here tasting wine on this beautiful deck. The vineyard is closed, but of course we got a private tasting, which is fantastic.
Today.
They're closed today, right? They're closed today. So here's one of the wines we've tasted. We tasted some really awesome wines here. We've gone through a flight of 5 and then 5 more. We're probably buying 2 to 3 of these to bring them into the restaurant. The Pinot Noir, the Gewürztraminer is great, and they have this white blend right there called Good Earth. It's an Alsatian inspired or Alsatian modeled blend of some grapes, Gewürztraminer, Riesling, and some local vinifera up here. So the reason we picked this winery was we'd never heard of them before. There's so many wineries up there. I think, how many wineries, Jamie? 300-400 wineries in the Finger Lakes. If you've not been to the Finger Lakes, folks, it's a must. There's wineries up and down all the lakes here, Keuka Lake, Seneca Lake, you name it. There's wineries up and down, and some really amazing wines are being produced out of New York State right now. In fact, some of the top, there's bees out here landing on me. So if I jump, it's because one of them stung me. It's not because Jamie's kicking me or something. It's because one of them, like, they're on my hands right now, just landing. Ravine Cellars has made New York, the Wine Spectator's top 100 list like 2 times. They make an amazing, lot of amazing Rieslings up here. Pinot Noirs. The Finger Lakes are known. New York is known for Cab Franc production. Cab Francs are world-class Cab Francs coming out of here. So there is a lot of really good wines up here, and there's a lot of wines that you might not like. Doesn't make them bad, because they're selling these wines to the people who like those type of wines. I think, what's that one? That one, Red Cat or something in a can. It's like one of the number 1 selling wines here. There's a wine for everybody. There's really great, high quality, amazing wines up here in the Finger Lakes. Now, we've never heard of Silver Thread until last week. We were coming up here, I knew we were coming up, I was dropping Justin off. And I went to one of our very, very, very trusted wine suppliers. And I looked through their portfolio, and they specialize. They handpick a lot of vineyards based upon the size of the vineyard, the quality of wines, and I really trust. We have a lot of distributors like that, small distributors that we just totally trust when they pick a wine. It's not, they're not picking a wine because they're making money on it. They're picking a wine because they can make money on on a vineyard like this. It's doing 7,000 cases a year. They can make money and provide a world-class, high-quality, exceptional wine drinking experience with the wines. And those are a lot of the distributors we like to buy from. So I went through one of the books, one of the catalogs from one of the suppliers, and they only had 1 New York wine. I'm like, okay, it's their only New York wine in the portfolio. So I called one of the partners in the company, and I said, hey, what's the deal with Silver Thread? And he's like, oh man, Marcus. And so I said, we're going to be there next week. I'll get you in. So we're here now doing a private tasting. And there's no wonder why this company did pick this. The wines are top notch here. Really, really amazing wines. We'll bring in 2 to 3 of them hopefully by next week. The Riesling, the white, and probably the Pinot Noir. And folks, if you're ever up in wine country here up in the Finger Lakes, let us know. We'll be happy to recommend wineries to go to. We buy a lot of wines from up here. We pride ourselves in, most of you know, we pride ourselves in going to the wineries, understanding what's happening at the wineries before we actually put it on our list. So most of the wines that are on our shelves right now, most of the wines we pour, all the wines we pour out of the glass, are all wineries that Jamie and I have personally stepped foot into, met the owners, know the staff, have been in the vineyards, have seen what happens. Because we want to feel proud about the products that we're serving. We want to feel proud about the people that all of our hard-earned money is going to. We want to feel proud and make sure it's going to the right people, as opposed to these massive, massive corporations who could care less about organic farming and the environment and this and that. So we really try to pick the very best quality at the relationship level that we want. And that's one of our things we're most proud of about the restaurant, is that when you go into our wine lists and you pick up a bottle, you know, Jamie and I can tell you a great story about that vineyard, that we've actually been there, whether it's in Spain or Italy or California, Napa, Sonoma, El Dorado. What's the region north of LAJ?
What is it?
Santa Barbara. New York State, of course, the Hudson Valley, upstate New York. So we're very proud that we've built these relationships with these amazing, wonderful producers. And when you watch, a lot of times on our Facebook Lives, you'll see, like, we'll call out one of the owners of one of the vineyards that are watching, whether they're from Italy or from wherever, because a lot of them do watch our Facebook Lives. So we get a lot of Italian owners that are on, and we say hello to them. So if you hear us call them out, that's they'll say, oh, so and so owns this winery in here, and it's great because buying from Kendall Jackson, buying from these massive companies, Guiliano, Kendall Jackson, you don't have that. You will never, ever, ever, ever get that kind of personal relationship. And, you know, business is about personal relationships, about trust. And I think that's one of the biggest things people have told us throughout all of COVID, that they trust us. They trust us with what we're doing. They trust us with how we're handling things. They trust us with the food we're buying. They trust us on all levels, and we really appreciate that from everybody. When you tell us that you trust us, we really, really appreciate it, because we work hard to build that trust, and we understand that it's something you just can't just get instantly. It's something that has to be proven. So, let's see. Anything else, Jamie? We're going to head back down now. We have a friend coming in. We have really good friends coming in that own they own 5 of the restaurants One of my very, very good friends is coming in to visit, who's never been to my restaurant before. I've been to one of his restaurants out west before. He's never been to my restaurant, and where he had actually just had called here. They're driving in their motorhome. So we're going to time our arrival back in Ellenville when they get in. They'll be around for a couple of days. We do all these great marketing things. People just rave about all of our marketing and promotional ideas. Well, my buddy Jim is somebody who I'm on the phone with 3, 4, 5 times a week, brainstorming, and him and I mastermind a lot about restaurant operations, restaurant promotions, and things like that, and advertising and Facebook ads. And him and I are very tight-knit when it comes to thinking alike as far as promoting and running businesses. So they're coming in, and we're going to meet them back in Ellenville today. We are closed today. It's Wednesday. We are closed. We'll be back open tomorrow. Our $9.99 burger special to go. Now that September's rolling around, stay tuned for our daily $9.99 specials again on the weekdays. This weekend, we are adding peel and eat shrimp to our lobster bakes. It's an additional cost, of course. So you can just order the peel and eat shrimp if you want. We are adding that $9.99 a half pound, $17.99 for a full pound. There's 26 to 30 shrimp per pound. They're a nice large size of shrimp. They will that'll be added on this Friday, plus oysters on the half shell, plus clams, plus our lobster bakes. We might switch back to tails here. I'm just trying to negotiate a price that'll work out for us on our lobster tails to put into a lobster bake. I know it's a lot less work for everybody. And that's it. Anything else, Jamie? Did I miss anything?
Wine tasting on Monday.
Oh, yeah. Wine tasting on Monday. We're doing wines from southern Italy, not that well-known grape varietals. So not well-known grape varietals like Suseminello. Where's some other ones? Malvasia, which I love saying Malvasia. Primitivo. So Malvasia.
Is there Primitivo?
Primitivo might be the mix. We're tasting more wines tomorrow from another vineyard from Valone, right outside of Lecce, which is where we're going in next April. If you want to join us in Italy, you can. We will be going next April, taking guests through southern Italy, through Apulia, which is Salento, Manduria, going up into Matera, visiting cities like Arbor-Arbello, Molfetta, Brindisi, right on the coast. We'll be on both coasts in the heel of the boot. We're in the heel of the boot, folks. This is the heel. So it's the bottom right part of Italy, warm climate, olive oil capital, olive tree capital of the world. There's 60 million olive trees, I think, for like 60,000 people or something in that, something insane like that. It's like, for every person, there's a couple hundred olive trees down there. When you fly into the airport down there, that's all you see is just olive trees and vineyards. And so we'll go into Arbor-Arbello. We'll visit a pasta producer that we buy from down there, a really high-end, all-natural pasta supplier. Mm-hmm. Most Italian pastas, people don't realize, is when you buy something that's imported from Italy, these Italian pastas, these companies can be quite large where they're actually sourcing flour from other countries. They're buying flour from Poland or other European countries. Not that there's something wrong with that, but people have this impression of, oh, I'm buying an Italian imported pasta, and the ingredients aren't from Italy. They just assemble them in Italy. And this happens with a lot of things, like porcinis. When you buy dried porcinis, those are coming in from Yugoslavia, not Yugoslavia, but they're coming from other countries throughout Europe, and they end up getting packed in Italy. So you think you're buying all these great Italian dried porcinis. And it's a good porcini, it's a great porcini, but it's not, they misrepresent themselves sometimes. That's just what happens. So we have a pasta supplier down there near Arbor-Arbello that is like the real deal. They make a green colored pasta from apple skins and chlorella. Spirulina.
They use spinach too.
They use spinach, they use carrots, they use beets. We just brought in their lemon penne pasta. It's for sale on our shelves. It's our #1 seller. It's $9.90 a bag. If you went online to buy it, it's $9.90 plus you pay shipping online. With us, you don't pay shipping because we absorb those costs when we shipped in a couple cases of them. So that is, it's really going to be a really great trip in Southern Italy. We're on the phone every day or sending messages every day on WhatsApp or Messenger to all of our contacts in Apulia right now. And yeah, folks, that's it. We're going to get out of here in a couple minutes. We tasted some really amazing wine here at Silver Thread. Again, we're at Silver Thread Winery. We are on Seneca Lake right now. I'll give you one more view.
Beautiful.
That's Silver Thread. Here's the view looking out. They do have an official tasting room. Call them ahead of time. Make sure that they're open. You know what the policy is. That's looking out on Seneca Lake right now. A couple boats out there today, not too many. It's cool up here. It's like 70 degrees up here. We were up more towards Geneva a bit ago getting gas, and it was about 70 degrees up there too. So it's cool up here today. It's nice. It's a really nice day in the Finger Lakes. All right, folks. That's it. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. And
we'll see everybody soon.
talk to you later.